everyone, it's Sia,
And I'm Perry.
and today we're going to be reviewing the movie Casablanca. So, this movie was released back in 1942 and was directed by Michael Curtiz.
Mm-hmm.
The movie is set during the period of World War II and focuses heavily on the complex interactions and political and societal issues.
So the plot follows the character named Rick Blaine. He runs a nightclub in the city of Casablanca, and he's known for being unbiased, and he doesn't involve himself in the political games. He's also an American, and it's kind of ironic because everybody in Casablanca wants to flee to the U.S.
Right.
because they believe that it's a safe place for them with the war now ongoing in the Europe. His life changes and takes a turn when his former lover Ilsa and her husband Victor Laszlo, both of them come to Casablanca and seek help from him because they want to escape from the Nazis and move to the US.
Right.
So now we're gonna talk about the themes in the movie. The first one that I chose, the first theme that we want to talk about is the theme that I chose, and I feel like it's a big deal in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's moral dilemmas.
Yeah.
And I think we clearly see this theme in Rick's character.
Right.
Because if he doesn't give the papers to Laszlo and Elsa, and they're not able to escape, he has his lover beside him, and it's a very selfish choice, but it's for his happiness. He's able to live a better life if Elsa is there with him. But on the other hand, he knows that Victor Laszlo is this big leader in the resistance move, and he's an important person, and he resembles and symbols hope for so many people around the world. So he knows that it's a selfish choice, and it's not a morally right choice if he doesn't let them go. And we see him kind of going back and forth, and we see him tell Ilsa that he will let Victor go, but Ilsa can stay because Ilsa also wants to stay with Rick. Sorry, the names are a little confusing. And then we see this, we see him going back and forth and not knowing what decision to make. So we also see moral dramas through the character of Captain Lewis, who is at first, him and Rick have this kind of interesting relationship and friendship going on.
Yeah.
And we see him kind of not only caring about himself and his own well-being throughout the beginning of the movie, but at the end he kind of makes this gesture where he saves Rick, and both of them had to go away together.
Yeah.
And we kind of see a really good relationship and friendship being formed between them. And I think this also reflects on, because for him to make this choice to save Rick, it's a very it's a big dilemma for him, because if he doesn't save Rick, he's able to be safe, and if he's able to do his job correctly, but he knows that saving Rick is a morally right thing to do, and it's what benefits more people. So I think the character of again Captain Lewis and Rick represent moral dilemmas the best. And also Elsa, in a way, I think represents moral dilemma. Because staying with Rick, it's doing what she loves and all of that, but she feels like she owes a duty to Victor Laszlo to stay with him.
Sure.
And she knows that Laszlo needs her by his side to do what he needs to do, and to help so many people, especially in Europe. So she also goes through that moral dilemma: what should I do? What should I not do?
Right. That was a great point. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about my theme, and my theme I chose is love and sacrifice. So I guess it kind of connects to your moral dilemmas in a way. So the relationship between Rick and Elsa is a very delicate relationship. I feel like it's a very interesting interaction, and they have a past relationship back in Paris, and they've reunited in Casablanca, and I feel like no matter how or what kind of feeling or emotions they're feeling towards each other, one has to make a sacrifice in order to continue it, right? And I feel like Ilsa, in a way, kind of like you said, goes through a phase where she's oh, but I really love Rick, but do I still have to continue the relationship with Victor, right? And Rick, in a way, I should give them the pass in order to, the ticket in order for them to actually pursue what they are looking for in life. So I feel like both of them are thinking of what sacrifices they can make in a very different stance, and that is really well shown through the movies and each dialogues and the little actions that they make. And when it comes to love, I feel like rather we are really used to movies with a faster pace of, and this was like kind of a slower one, right? And I mean, it's a very old movie, so I'm not really used to this kind of romance in life, in media, and it for me was a very interesting opportunity to really see what romantic movies were like back then. So yes, it was a bit unusual, but in a way, it was a great opportunity for me to experience. So
that's, I think, a big thing right when it came to romance in this movie was that we did not see the characters falling in love.
No.
The moment we see Elsa and Rick together, they are already in love.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't know why they love each other so much. We just know that they do, and that's how like it goes by. And I feel like a lot of sacrifices that we see in the movie, every character takes is because they want the best for someone that they love.
Right.
Rick takes the sacrifice and gives the tickets and puts himself in danger,
right?
Because he loves Elsa. And also, I feel like it also comes from a place of respect for Victor and what he's doing for people. And then Elsa makes a sacrifice for Rick, and all of them, like, they want the best for each other.
Yeah.
And because they want the best for each other, sometimes they clash. Because like Rick wants what's best for Elsa, but Elsa wants to be with Rick.
Right. So it's like hard. Yeah.
So like we see how like it contrasts each other so
much.
much.
So I feel like their relationship is really best described with the word delicate. Like you really have to be careful, yet be happy. So that's really what I wanted, and it was a really great scene. I mean, a movie to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the directing style of the movie, and the thing I chose to talk about is the color. The overall color of the movie, yes, it was a black and white. It contributes to the overall cinematography of the classical and timeless vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
And even through the black and white, we see the well use of shadow and lighting. And this movie has a very straightforward and simple camera angle, right? So it's we rather kind of view the movie as, oh, it's really simple, like there's no variety, but the use of lighting and shadow does add to that element, so it was really good. And really importantly, it is a kind of like a romance, but also has a lot of political and historical elements into it. So I feel like the use of dark black and white like is really good. Yeah, so I really liked it. Yeah.
So I want to kind of continue off of what you said.
Yeah.
So I feel like the directing style was very straightforward and efficient. Like we saw what was going on. We it really focused on the characters, and I feel like there was a lot of like most of the shots were either a close-up shot or a long shot. So like there wasn't that much of a variety of it.
Right.
But I liked it. Like it was very straightforward. There was not much symbolism.
Yeah.
Which is also different compared to like the movies we've watched for the past couple of movies we've watched. There were so much like different camera angles.
Right.
And, like,
right.
There was so much symbolism, but this one was very straightforward with it. And I also want to talk about the music a little. And I feel like the movie used a lot of like real music. Like we see Sam singing in a nightclub, and that's how like the fun music comes from there. And we see him also singing the song As Time Goes By a lot, which is like Elsa and Rick's like song.
Right.
And I feel like this song like really it represents their relationship really well, and like the different stages that they go through it throughout the movie. At first, like we see Elsa's the first person that asks Sam to sing it, and then we see like that's the beginning, that's the start of their relationship.
Right.
When we see it in the movie, like Elsa is missing Rick, and like she's kind of lonely, and Rick, we don't see Rick feeling the same way at that time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really interesting, and I liked how like it showed their relationship as time goes by.
Yeah.
So that was a nice touch, and overall, yeah, I liked it. The direction style was not something that I was used to.
Yeah.
But it was something fun to see.
Yeah.
And also comparing it to stuff that we've seen before, it was really nice.
Yeah, and like it's very unusual, but it really let us focus on each characters and how they feel towards each other.
Yeah.
Right? So I think overall it was really great. Okay, now we're just gonna talk about our personal opinion and the rating of the movie. Do you want to start off, Terry?
Yeah, sure. For the rating, I'll give it like a 3.5, a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
I did not dislike the movie. Okay. Yeah, I did not dislike the movie. It was just not something I would watch again.
Yeah.
And I get why people like it so much because it has like a certain like nostalgic sense to it.
Right.
And it's not only it's like it has like political elements. So like for person with like a different interest, it's definitely a good movie to watch. But for me, it just didn't necessarily capture my attention that much. And especially like when it came to the character, I feel like a lot, like especially Elsa's character, I feel like her character was so stereotypical, of, like being stuck between two men and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So it was okay. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
But I will not watch it again, simply because like it was just not to my personal taste.
Right.
And I also did not like the pacing that much, and I feel like there was more that could have been done. Or just like I don't know. It was just not to my personal taste.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm giving it 2.7 out of 5. I wouldn't say I disliked it, but I just, because to be honest, right, like you said, like even with the character of Ilsa, but for me, the whole movie, like if I'm watching one scene, I can literally expect what's gonna happen the next scene.
Exactly.
Right?
It never really surprised me. Like Rick deciding to save Victor did not surprise me.
No.
Also going away did not surprise me.
No.
It was like it very much felt like an open book.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. Like
me either.
It didn't keep me anticipating.
No.
But also like I'm okay with knowing what's gonna happen as long as I feel any emotion. But the movie genuinely did not like make me emotional at all, which is something that I don't like.
Yeah, so it was just like it was so like expected, and like I said, I never watch movies that are black and white. I just don't like how there's no such a like variety of the whole movie. So yeah, I just personally, it's not my taste. Like,
that's okay.
Yeah, I usually like romantic movies, but this was just like a different type of romance. And yes, like the whole political, societal, and historical elements towards the movie was, I guess, a good addition for a lot of people. But for me, no. I like, if it's a romantic movie, I only want to see the romance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like a movie that I would pick and choose to watch voluntarily, but like we said, I think it was a great opportunity for us to experience the different types of genres.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, overall, not bad, but not
great either.
Not great either. So yeah. So yeah, that was it, and we'll come back with next reviews of
Darkest Hour.
Yes. Bye.